Hello everyone. It is Kenyon here. It is Basketball Rewind, and we are going to be talking more news to do with the FIBA AmeriCup that is coming to you soon in August 2025 if you're watching this then. So, let's get into it. The biggest news right now is that Team Canada has kind of officially announced their official, not a I guess it's kind of a training camp roster, but their official roster thus far, barring any injuries. And this is really important because we can kind of get right into it. Look at some of the headliners that are going to be joining Team Canada in Nicaragua this summer in August. So let's look at it. I'm going to actually put a link in the description below. Also, some housekeeping items: like, comment, and subscribe on the way in or on your way out if you like this type of content, if you are a fan of Canada basketball or any of the teams that these guys play on. So, of course, we're not going to have our full squad. Guys like Shea, they've put in work since last year, and they probably want a little tiny bit of, some rest. But that being said, there's guys that did get a chance to play, weren't in the playoffs, they weren't in the Olympics last year, and it's their time to shine. One of those guys is Leonard Miller of the Minnesota Wolves, Timberwolves. That is, he actually was in camp last year, but he was just recovering from an injury, and if I'm not mistaken, he might have even gotten injured during that camp. So, long story short, he did not make the Olympic team. Could have used his 6'10" length. Of course, he has a skinny body, but a 6'10" length, nevertheless, kind of plays a small forward, power forward type. Depending on how you see him, he definitely has the ability to kind of create his own offense a little bit. Has had really, really good success in the G League thus far in the NBA. So, love love him as a prospect. And he was one guy that I wasn't sure if the Raptors during the Grady draft, because that's the draft that he's from, would actually get back in and pick this guy up. They ultimately did not, but hey, that's okay. One person I would like to see is Max Olivier Prosper, but we will see if that. We'll see if he ends up on a future team. Aside from that, we have Kyshawn George of the Washington Wizards. Both of these guys are going to basically be the headlining. George, who is 21 right now, he's going to be really, really solid. He averaged, basically 9 points, 4 rebounds, an assist and a half throughout 68 games this year. He was drafted overall out of Miami, actually. But of course, he is Canadian, and he played for the Washington Wizards. We actually just saw him in Summer League. That's good because you know that Summer League is not going to be interfering with these. Miller, who at the time was really, really young, he was 19. He did not take a college route. He actually came out of the G League. He's actually Scarborough's very own. He was drafted second round pick, 33rd overall in 2023. So yeah, and of course, joining those guys is going to be one of the veterans from Canada basketball. That would be Trey Bell-Haynes, because you see there's a bit of a passing of the torch of the old guard. Not that Trey Bell-Haynes is like super old, actually, but you do have a little bit of a passing of the guards of sorts going on right here. As we move on into these new portions of Canada basketball, we will be seeing more of Shea, for example, and other guys, but in these specific tournaments, be on the lookout for some of the, let's call it, older guard, as guys like Corey Joseph kind of move on, into the I mean, he is already in the twilight phase of his career, but I think people understand what I'm saying. So Trey Bell-Haynes from Toronto, he's 29 years old. He's going to be 30, as soon as it hits September. EuroLeague player. I think it's good to have some EuroLeague guys, but he was also a bronze medalist for the Olympic team, so that's good. And he's of course going to be one of the key guards here, and he will play a big role. So you wish for the best for him, but also obviously wish for the best for the team. So that's at least 3 guys with some solid experience. One who, of course, has a medal, and of course the 2 younger guys. However, guys that are going to be, solid enough in terms of NBA talent, though young, that will be able to contribute. So on top of that, we have Nate Darling from Halifax, Javon Henry Blair from Brampton, a lot of Brampton guys and Toronto guys. Marcus Carr is from Brampton as well. Jaden Campbell. Marcus Carr is from Toronto. Jaden Campbell is from Brampton. It's funny how some of them say Brampton, some of them say Brampton, Ontario. I don't know why they do that, but yeah. Leonard Miller, as I already said, is from Scarborough. Kyshawn George is actually from Switzerland, but his dad his dad actually played for Team Canada, but he was born in Switzerland, of course. Kyle Whitler or Whitger, he was born in Portland, Oregon, but he is of course, a Canadian. Now, what's interesting here, before I get to the rest of the total 14-man roster, is that there are going to be times where some of these guys, now that Team USA is just so loaded with talent, but also going into a new era, some of these guys, like Norman Powell and otherwise, are going to be playing for other teams in their home, their home or wherever their roots are laid down in terms of a family, so that they can actually get in on the Olympic action. By the way, international basketball does count towards the Basketball Hall of Fame. So that is another reason why some of these guys want to add to their resume. So we continue on. Charles Bedico, he's from Brampton. I think David Muenkat, Brampton. I'm gonna say Kabengele, so I'm gonna focus on his the last name, but he's from Burlington, Ontario. Quincy Guerre, he's going to be from Montreal, as you could probably tell from my butchered French pronunciation. And Thomas Kennedy is from Windsor, and then Isaiah Mike from Scarborough. So that kind of rounds out, the 14-man roster. Looking forward to it. We are currently ranked 6th. We're in a group with Puerto Rico, who is ranked 15th and 25th overall. And so, yeah, I am excited. The nice thing here is that the higher the rank that you have on the world stage, the easier the tournament and groupings get, because you don't have to worry about getting knocked out early. And so that's why you're seeing more NBA level talent kind of join in on the fray, on the fun, and kind of go from there. So yeah, a couple other things, but I'm probably gonna cover it in another one. So there are things that are going to be Raptors related coming up, but of course I'm going to cover things like stay tuned for things like what's going over the schedule as it comes out. Stay tuned for Thursday for that, and just the opening day schedule, which right now, as of today, it doesn't look like we are going to be facing the Cavs this year. So we will get into that on another one. Stay tuned, stay locked in, stay like, comment, and subscribe, and take care and peace.